So, at some point in our lives, we all experience loss, some type of loss, whether it's loss of life, um, a job, a career, loss of a relationship, whatever the loss is, we all experience it and go through some type of a grieving process. Today, I just want to share with you a few ways that you can find and that you can try to remember the good times or the good things from things that you've lost in your life. And that's going to help you to get through it emotionally. It's going to help you to get through those times mentally as well. We are all going through the same thing right now. And today, I just want to share with you 7 tips to help you finding the positive in loss, because a lot of times it's hard to see that and to find that and to focus on that. So keep watching and listening. Talent Smiths Lunch and Learn Live with Janet Smith. Thanks for tuning in to Talent Smiths Lunch and Learn Live. I'm Janet Smith of Talent Smiths, and this is Lunch and Learn Live. Lunch and Learn Live is a place where all professionals can come to tune in on the conversation and get your questions answered. Questions about interview prep, career prep, personal development, professional development, and even in the month of May, this month, during Mental Health Awareness Month, I'm sharing with you things to help you through the stress that we're going through during this pandemic, the challenges that we're going through during this pandemic. And Talent Smiths is a place where compensation professionals can go and they can find career advancement, whether it's a contract position, a direct hire position, or a contract to hire position. If you have the skills of human resources, compensation, and benefits, you want to register with us, because when companies start hiring more and more, they're going to go through agencies. So I highly suggest that you register with some agency depending upon your skill set. If your skill set is compensation and benefits, register with Talent Smith so we can get you back on track or on track with your career. So, depending upon when you take your lunch, you can actually tune in to Talent Smiths Lunch and Learn Live every Thursday. You can tune in on Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Central on Facebook Live, or you can tune in at 1:30 p.m. Central on LinkedIn Live. And you can join in on the conversation. You can get your questions answered right in the conversation live. So tune in and join in on the conversation as we talk about things that pertain to you, as we share things that pertain to what's going on in your life. So this month is National Mental Health Awareness Month. And I'm sharing with you some information that will hopefully help you. That will hopefully help you. And if you didn't know, this month is also Global Employee Health and Fitness Month. Pretty cool, right? I think it's pretty cool. So let's set this up. Let's set this up so that you can see what's going on here. So, in honor of National Mental Health Awareness Month and Global Employee Health and Fitness Month, all this month I'm sharing with you information that's going to help you. And where I'm sharing this information, and it's coming from an organization that specializes in mental health. Mental Health America is an organization that specializes in mental health, and they have a mental health toolkit that you can actually download, which is pretty cool. And I highly encourage you to download this toolkit, and you can do it at the website that you see located on your screen. And if you didn't know what Mental Health America is, or if you don't know, or if you've never heard about the organization, MHA is the nation's leading community-based nonprofit that's dedicated to addressing the needs of those living with mental illness and to promoting overall mental health of all Americans. I think that is an amazing organization. And in May, they have a campaign going on that's called hashtag Million in May. And you can participate in this campaign by taking a screen to help promote prevention, early identification, as well as intervention. And I highly encourage you to visit this website. I'll show it to you on the screen in the bottom left-hand corner. You can visit mhascreening.org to get a free screening. I encourage you to participate in the campaign so that you can get your free screening by visiting the website. Cool, right? So here's a list of the lineup of events that we've had in May. Hopefully you've been joining us and you've been tuning in to help. And it's all about just starting the conversation with yourself, starting the conversation with yourself in your mind so that you can then take that and share it with your family, share it with your friends, share it with your loved ones, and just check in to see how everyone is doing. And you can find this whole list of events over on TalentSmith's Facebook business page. You can see it right here as well, so that you can tune into one of the previously live videos that you may have missed. If you've missed any, check in on them all. And today is week 4, and we're talking about 7 tips for finding the positive after loss. This can be very difficult to do. There's so much loss going on in the world today with this pandemic, and just with lots of other things that are going on in the world as well. One moment while I make sure that I don't lose power and plug up my laptop there. So there's all types of loss going on in the world as well. And MHA has this toolkit that you need to download, and download it so that you can walk through these tips with us, because all of these tips are tips provided by the mental health experts. And I'm going to share those with you, and I encourage you to tune in on the conversation and share anything that you would like to share. And I have a question for you before we start on the 7 tips. Who needs a mental health day? Do you need a mental health day? Because I think we can all use a mental health day. If you haven't taken any of the mental health days with us all this month, take a mental health day this week. This is the last week in May. Take a mental health day and have a conversation with yourself so that you can wrap your mind around what's going on, so that you can have a conversation with other people and help them walk through what is going on with them. Help them walk through or wrap their minds around what is going on so that you can get through this together. So comment hashtag mental health if you can use a mental health day. Comment hashtag mental health if you've already taken a mental health day. Comment hashtag mental health if you're taking a mental health day today. And if you're watching on the replay, comment as well, so that I can know and we can all know, and you can show your support for taking a mental health day. Let's go into those tips provided by MAJ. So these are 7 tips for finding the positive after a loss. So the very first tip that they're sharing with us is try to see your experience as strength. What does that mean? Well, the gist of what that means really is when bad things happen, they can be painful. Of course, they're painful and unexpected and take us off guard. But as we continue to live day by day and take one day at a time, you do become stronger because the current day is better than the previous day, and then the next and the next and the next. And you do become a stronger person as you get through each day. And number 2, you can actually learn from others. You can absolutely learn from others because you're not alone. We are not alone. We are not alone in this pandemic. We are going through this pandemic together. And if you don't have one already, I highly encourage you to find and get into a support group. This may be a support group from those that you are currently in network in, from a professional group, from a personal group, from a church group, from your family. Your family can be a support group. Now that you are at home with your family, talk to them and see how they're doing, see what's going on in their minds, and work through this together. Work through any loss that you've had or experienced, work through it together. You can do this support group face to face carefully now while you protect yourself from the virus that exists in the world today. You can also do this online. If you need an online support group, check your local church. My church, which is Crossroads Christian Church, has connect groups where we meet weekly and connect and share and support each other, share with each other different experiences, stories, lessons learned, and support each other as we all go through different things. And it's important to share your story because you would be surprised at how many people are thinking the same thing that you're thinking and have the same questions that you have. So share your story and ask questions. So number 3, look for opportunity in adversity. This may seem odd, but sometimes loss does actually open up new possibilities, and there's nothing wrong with looking for ways to improve or change your life after a tragic experience. So, after a loss, you may feel like you need to move to a different place. That's okay. After a loss, you may feel like you need to let go of some relationships and leave your job or whatever the case may be, whatever change that you feel you need to do, it's okay. You may feel that you need to learn some new skill or learn something new, whatever change or whatever improvements that you feel you need to do after a loss, that is okay. And I encourage you to pursue that, to pursue what has come into your mind even further so that you can develop that and so that you can get through your specific experience, however tragic it was for you. So sometimes loss does open up new possibilities. And even if that possibility is a possibility of you being of more service to other people by sharing with them how you experience what you experienced and how you walked through that experience and how you walked through it successfully, can open up a new possibility. And number 4, remember the good times. That is a very important point to keep in mind, that by remembering the good times, you're practicing an attitude of gratitude for even having had those experiences that you've had in your life when you had them. specifically if it's a loss of life of a loved one. Remembering the good times is great and can put you in a better spirits and can release some of the heaviness from your mind and from your heart and from your thoughts. Myself, personally, losing my mom was a very tough thing, but remembering the good times that I had with her when she was here helps. It really helps. And this can be the same for a job that you've had. Um, One of the jobs that I had, my previous position as a transition recruiting manager that allowed me to travel to different places. Well, I don't have that. That's a loss. I don't have any grief about that loss, but I definitely remember the good times. I remember the times of traveling, which is something that I absolutely love to do, and being able to go to different locations and have different experiences. And I have an attitude of gratitude for all of those experiences while they lasted. That was very cool. And so, number 5, do what makes you happy. And you might choose to do something exciting. You might choose to do something that's pampering. You might choose to do something that's relaxing. Whatever it is that you choose, whatever it is that makes you happy is what you should choose. So, what makes you happy, not what makes someone else happy. So, think about that. And one thing that I do encourage you to do is to schedule that into your day intentionally so that you're not feeling guilty about doing something that makes you happy. Schedule your happy time into your day intentionally so that you don't have any guilt for doing something that makes you feel happy, or you don't feel like you've lost any productive time for doing something that makes you happy, because after all, it's in your calendar, it's on your schedule. You put it on there intentionally around all those other things that you still need to get done as well. So, number 6, find ways to honor your loss. Specifically, if this is a loss of a life or someone that you lost, you can create a fundraiser for a special cause. You can plant a tree, as you see the suggestions here on your screen. You can hang a picture. You can create a memorial webpage. And these are all things specifically for loss of life. Excuse me. These are things specifically for loss of life. And creating a fundraiser. My mom specifically passed away from cancer, and I created a fundraiser shortly after that, raising funds for awareness and for treatment. So you can do something similar, and that helps you to raise awareness for that specific cause, that special cause, and allows you to attract people to you that may need to hear your story, that may need the support of just seeing you get through it and learning from your actions, not necessarily from anything that you say to them specifically, but they can learn from your actions, which is so cool. And so, of course, before I go to the last tip for you, I want to encourage you to subscribe to TalentSmiths YouTube channel. On our YouTube channel, you can get a resource of videos that's going to help you get through interview prep, career prep, common interview questions, as well as personal and professional development. So when you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you will have a source of videos at your fingertips so that you can binge watch and you can get all the information that you need to intentionally progress your career. Because we're all about intentional actions here. And number 7, don't be afraid to get help. So important. So important today. So important in our world today. So it is normal to have a bit of trouble adjusting to life after tragedy because something has been taken out of your life that you're used to. Something has been removed from your routine. And your employer may have an employee assistance program. If you do have an employee assistance program with your job, you can use that to, maybe they have a support group that you'll be able to talk to. Maybe they have a counselor that you'll be able to talk to. If you don't have an employee assistance program with your position or with your job, because you don't specifically have a job, you can still reach out and find a counselor or someone to talk to, maybe in your church, or just a licensed therapist that you can talk to, because you can definitely talk to someone about this. There's nothing wrong with having someone to talk to and to talk through all of what's going on in the world today. It's okay to have someone to talk to, and it's encouraging to have someone to talk to and to talk through all of this with. These are some excellent tips. Excellent tips. So I encourage you to download this mental health toolkit that Mental Health America has shared with us during the month of mental health awareness, which is May. Download this toolkit and review it. Review it while you watch the videos that we've shared all this month, and this video as well, so that you can start the conversation. You can open up the conversation. First, having a conversation with yourself in your mind, and second, having that conversation with your loved ones as well. And you'll find the link to download that toolkit in the description of this video. And there's opportunity in adversity. It may not seem like it, but there actually is. And if you feel like you're struggling with your mental health, visit the mhascreening.org website so that you can take your free screening. Good luck. You've got this. I know you've got this. I definitely know that you do. So have a conversation with yourself. Have the conversation with others so that they know that they're not alone in this. And that's what it's really all about, is just opening up and having a conversation, starting the conversation with other people, because things change. There's a lot that's going on. And although we do have loss, we experience loss that takes us for a loop, and we have to learn how to deal with that and process that. One of the things I do encourage you to do as well is to just think about what things in your life that are still in your life that you're grateful for. What are the things in your life that you are grateful for? Take a moment to write those things down, and write what you're grateful for each day. At the end of each day, what are you grateful for? Your life, you're still here, your health, your well-being, your story, your experiences. Write down the things that you are grateful for each day. That's going to help you to resonate better feelings or better emotions, and not so heavy emotions with all of the loss or all of the stress or all of the weight of the things that are in your mind right now. So I encourage you to start a gratitude journal as well. And if you're interested in my digital gratitude journal, I can share a free digital download with you. Comment hashtag gratitude and I will get that to you. So please try to find any positive that you can in all of this loss that we're going through now. Take a mental health day.